Okay, this is Coach Barnes with our segment on first responders, Visalia Police Department. And this part of the Visalia Police Department is one of my favorites. It's a canine unit. And what you're going to see, or have seen, I'm not sure, but you're going to see the canine king responding to a burglar or a bad guy. And so I want to thank Officer Higgins here and his dog King, and I'm going to have him talk to you in a moment, and Officer Montero, who was the free chomps, who was the bite victim on this. So Officer Higgins, maybe you can tell me a little bit about yourself and a little bit about the Visalia Police Department K9 unit.
Sure. My name is Officer Higgins. I work with the Visalia Police Department. I've been a police officer for 10 years now. I'm currently a canine handler, which means I have a partner, King, which you've probably seen or will see. Our canine unit currently has 4 canine patrol dogs, which we use throughout the year. We're working on 2 more dogs, so we have 6 dogs for the city. And we also have a narcotics or sniffing dog only that works within our narcotic unit.
Great. Now, how long, when you make a commitment to a dog, a canine, how long is your commitment?
The commitment is for the life of the dog. So we take the commitment within the canine team that when we get a dog, we will work with that dog until the dog can no longer work, which usually is about 6 to 7 years, depending on the dog. Sometimes they get medicaled out a little bit early if they have some medical problems, but we typically try to get them to the life where they're still happy and having fun and get to enjoy it. So for us, it's about 6 to 7 years is what we get out of our dogs.
Super. And Officer Montero, you also have a dog, right?
No, I do not.
Oh, you don't?
No, I'm just the decoy that helps with the training.
Oh, you're a volunteer.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for helping us today. I was also wondering, what are your hours of deployment? Do they mainly use you during the nighttime hours or daytime, or is it both?
Both. So our dogs work in a patrol capacity, so the police officers you see driving around in the streets, we take our dogs with us to work, and so we work all shifts depending on what shift that officer is selected or on. Currently we have a dog that works day shift and swing shift in our nighttime shift, so we have a dog on almost all the time, and so we can utilize them both in the daytime and the nighttime.
And you have a lot of training that you do, and you have to be certified how often?
So we get certified once a year. When we first get our dog, we go through a 5-week course with the dog, and that's really to train us as the handlers on how to train the dog. And so through that 5-week course, they learn all the things that they need to know to get out onto the streets and help us. And after that, we train with them weekly, if not daily. But then once a year, we recertify them again through the state certification to make sure that they have all the things that they need to continue working and helping us and helping the citizens.
Now, you and King have a special vehicle. Do you want to describe a little bit how this patrol car is different than any other patrol car?
Yeah, so our patrol cars, our canine cars, are outfitted just a little bit different. They look the same, they're painted the same. As you can see on the side, it does say police dog, keep away. It has King's name on the back of it. But on the inside, it's special because it has a special kennel for him. So unlike most police cars have seats that we transport people in, his is just one big kennel. So it allows him to lay down or walk around inside of it and keeps him safe while we're driving around. The car also has special equipment in there, so for when it gets hot in the summertime, it monitors the air conditioner inside to make sure that the temperature stays at a right temperature for him so he doesn't overheat. And then if it does get too hot, it'll call my phone or call our emergency dispatch phone to alert them that he's in the car and it's too hot for him.
That's some great technology. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, this is Coach Barnes, and here's another part of the police department that maybe you don't see much of. This gentleman here is Officer Hickey, and he's going to tell you about a couple of responsibilities that he participates in with the police department.
Well, currently I'm in the Homeless Outreach and Proactive Enforcement Unit dealing with the homeless in the city of Visalia. And my other attached duty is the UAS unit, which is the Unmanned Air System, which is maybe known as a drone. And what we have here is a DJI Mavic 2 Pro.
Wow. First of all, let's get back to your first job. That's called the HOPE unit. And what does HOPE stand for?
So it's the Homeless Outreach and Proactive Enforcement team. And what we do is we go out, offer services to people in need, homeless, people displaced, and try to get them back into housing or services through mental health or drug rehab or whatnot, trying to get back on their feet to get back into housing.
I like that. That's very proactive. Now, let's go back now to the drone. What do you use this for, and is there training or certification to do this?
We had a 3-4 day training with Drone Solutions in Exeter. We also had a study and passed the FAA 107 test to be a commercial drone pilot. So anytime you get paid to fly a drone, you need a commercial license. So we do have that. The police department also has a waiver through the FAA which covers us for other situations.
Now, what do you use that drone for in the police department?
There's a lot of situations, one of them being missing people, either juveniles, adults, looking for places where we can't readily get to see if we can find them. We use them for situations like this, demonstrations. A lot of the times it's when people run from us that don't want to go to jail, so we go up and look in backyards to try to find them so we can pinpoint and tell patrol or the officers searching for the person where to go.
So am I correct? First you become a police officer and then you can go into one of these specialties.
Yes, if you want. Some people just go to patrol and they don't want to do any specialties. Some people want to do the canine, the drone unit. There is bomb squad. There's a lot of other ones like youth services officers. But like I said, some people just want to be a patrol officer and have nothing else to worry about. Go home and.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing it. But do you know how much something like this costs?
Yeah, these are not just for police only. You could buy these in the store. They're DJI products, Best Buy, anywhere like that. These are around $1,300, $1,500 to $1,900 depending on how many batteries you buy. This one, they have different models of these. We also have a Matrice 100, which is a lot bigger, and it has FLIR, which is you fly it at night, you'll see people that are glowing in the dark. This one has zoom only. Some don't have zoom, but they have a better camera for photography. They do have zoom. Some have. This one has a good zoom. The bigger models, the new ones, have a 30x zoom where you could read a license plate from like 1,000 meters away.
So I think we're going to see some aerial photography from this drone about the canine unit.
Yes, got a couple today.
Okay, thank you very much. Anything else you want to tell us?
Not today.
Okay, thank you very much.
So we're simulating there's a bad guy that's hiding in here. We don't know where he's at, and we're going to give an announcement with the dog, and the dog is going to search with his nose and lead us to him, hopefully. So you guys just walk up behind me, and we'll go with you. You ready? Attention here, Visalia Police Department K9. Come out now before I send the dog. If he finds you, he will bite you. This is your last and final warning. Visalia Police Department K9. Come out now or I send the dog. When he finds you, he will bite you. So at that point, before we take the dog off, we'd get the person in custody and handcuffs, and then we'd be able to take the dog off so it's safe, and then the guy would come out, obviously, and we'd take the dog back to the car.
Okay, the dog's going to be on an open field. And there goes the bad guy, and there goes King after him, and there's his bite. Now the dog will continue to hold on to the perpetrator until the officer calls him off. So King's been called off, and you know how he lays down. So that is terrific. And now he'll be leashed again.